How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. What's going on with y'all, man? In this video, it is best to take the new year 1 week at a time. So I really want to tap in with my CTRL Control Collective and see how y'all doing. How has life tested you? What have you enjoyed? What do you see that you need to improve on? What do you want to improve on in the year 2026? 2020 success. So yeah, taking it 1 week at a time will completely slow down and take the whole big picture of this big year and how much all the things we want to change and do and all the things we can do. The analysis paralysis from looking at the whole scope of the field, you take it down to very minute levels and do it chunk by chunk. So 52 weeks in a year, we're 1 week down, we're halfway into the second week. So if you went percentage wise, the year is very young. So that's why you need to not let the OCD, the perfectionism of you not having the perfect start to your year, or if you did have the perfect start to your year, you need to release the expectation that it will continue staying quote unquote perfect. Now, again, like I mentioned before, our success mind, we need to always expect and desire the best. Don't always be prepared for the worst, because then you're going to manifest and attract that quote unquote worst. Negative thinking and observing the negative is just observing the unwanted or the unfavorable or the undesirable. That's what we term negative. That's what we put that on. Positive is just the favorable, the desirable. Okay? There's nothing wrong with thinking negative. That's the biggest thing we must all understand. And to start this week off, I want y'all to think a little bit negative about your life. Instantly pick it back up with the positive thoughts. Instantly pick it back up with the, okay, everything is good. I'm a soul having a human experience. I am in control of my life. I am the God of my reality. It is up to me to control my emotions, my perspective, and my attitude toward life and my dealings and the people, relationships, and how I'm feeling internally about life and what I'm going through. Okay? And then you observe the negative. You observe the undesirable, the unwanted, or the unfortunate things happening in your life and the life around you. This is our week 1 check-in. I think it's the first Sunday of the week or the year. I mean, it may be the second. I think it's the second. But yes, this is why I just want y'all to assess your life, audit your life. At jobs, they have auditors, people that go around and do shit on a computer and check this, check that. We don't want to be working that deep into somebody's matrix system. But like I said before, to those of y'all that don't see yourself as a business owner or entrepreneur, you want to keep finding and keep searching for that perfect job and a career occupation, and don't settle. Don't settle for a job that you got to be working hard, hella. You got a boss always, you got a manager, a supervisor always breathing down your neck, because we are our own boss. We are in control of our own life, regardless if you got a manager that you report to, because he just reporting to a higher manager / supervisor. And even that manager / supervisor is just reporting to the president of the company. Then he's just reporting to the president of the company of the United States, aka Donald Trump. So that's an idea that I have been wanting to share with y'all. The president of the United States is just the precedent. He's the ideal character. He's the leading figure and example. So everybody that want popularity and money, Trump is the highest level of that in America. His essence, his energy, what he stands for. One of my favorite quotes from Donald Trump, it comes from the movie Art of the Deal, played by Johnny Depp. He said, use your leverage.
Use your leverage.
Use your leverage. Now that's some Trump shit to think about. Just using your leverage. What are you good at? What do you bring to the table? What separates you from the competition? So yes, let's all use our leverage in 2020. And I want to offer myself as leverage. And that is the leverage of observing the negative, the unwanted, the unfortunate, the unfavorable, not only in your life, but the life of everyone around you. So let me make one thing clear. it is your fault for everything that you go through, but the law of resonance and the energy and the subconscious programming of everyone else around you can make you a little bit more confused on why you feel weird and down in this life sometimes. But essentially, it comes from people's mass fear and ignorance. Their aura, their energy, their subconscious mind, their thoughts is steeped in fear and ignorance toward this game of life. Now, when you ignore something, it means the information, the perspective is available, but people just choose to disregard it. People choose to not look at it. And then fear is the opposite of love and courage. So most people are just in fear of standing out, saying the wrong thing, saying the right thing, standing up for what they believe in, going against the grain, making people uncomfortable, and just being yourself. But the more that you hold that fear back of being yourself, something festers. Demons and anxiety and anxious, depressive demons and entities fester inside of you, then that shit latches on to other people. It like put hooks in other people. Your own demonic energy or someone else's demonic energy that they're dealing with, that shit can come into your life and put hooks in you. And 9 times out of 10, the main people in the world that suffer from this is managers and supervisors. Those that probably started off as a regular hourly employee, then you get fucking promoted and say, hey, we'll give you a little bit more money, but now you got to do 10 times more work and manage and deal with all of these other employees up under you. So like we're in this job setting and situation. And like I mentioned in the last videos, I cannot be different with my financial literacy advice. You need to make more, cut your expenses, and save more. Make more, cut your expenses, and save more. 3 simple keys to building wealth. And with that being said, you may have to up a second job. You may have to stop trying to sell your shoes and shirts and being an artist and get you a job to make some money and pay for your bills and provide for you, and then be able to provide for somebody else. Then be able to help your family, friends, girlfriend, boyfriend, kids, all of the things. But you may need to be clocking in upwards of 55 to 60 to 70 hours a week. Some of us, it's the position that we in. Because when your bills is at a level where all of the money that you make goes straight out to pay for your car note, for your rent, for your food, groceries, gas, and then a little bit of socializing, you'll always be at this level. You get up, then the bills come right up with you. Up, bills come with you. So imagine if you lessen your bills, but you just incrementally, slowly build your money up. That gap between bills and money is going to slowly start to increase to the point where you financially free. All right. Now that being the main and ultimate goal for a lot of us, prosperity, financial freedom, and abundance. But that's why I just will continuously let y'all know, as an occultist, as a conspiracy theorist, as a natural lawyer, as a shaman, as a spiritualist, I must let y'all know, time is an illusion. The earth is most likely flat, and the government and politicians are not your friend and not on your side. In no way, shape, or form are they on your side. They serve their best interests, and their best interest is to keep the land and government of America intact. But the American citizens can suffer. The American citizens is really just a number in the machine. You got a social security number. You got to fucking pay taxes, all of the things. So let's talk a little bit more about taxes. Because like I was saying in the last vid, Dubai and people don't pay taxes. Citizens in Dubai can just make as much money as they want. But what is the other, what do you give, what do you lose from having such a benefit like not having to pay taxes? You lose the freedom to go buy a gun. You lose the freedom to have all the drugs that you want like you can in America. Women lose all type of rights. That is why America is one big equal party and playing field. Women and men are all in this shit together. The old and young are all in this shit together. The idea of propriety is way lessened in America than other nations. The other example as to why America is a big party is the fact that in Chinese culture, you're not even supposed to be looking your elders in the eye. Eye contact is fucking intimate as hell. I've always slightly avoided it in many situations in my life, and even modern day, I see why. Because motherfuckers be having demons and fear vested inside of them, and then motherfuckers be having psychopathic energy vested inside of them. It's really only a certain amount of people that you can really just look in the eye and lock in that contact. Family and loved ones, and really that's kind of all it should extend to. You really don't need to be locking eye contact with too many people. That's a very intimate soul tie thing happening and going on. But in America, eye contact is valued because they need us to be valued and intimate with each other as a community under this one patriarchal system of democracy, which is really like every man for himself. But then if every man can get together and fight for one another, then we can and truly will be the greatest, freest, most liberated, most strong and powerful and prideful country that you've ever seen. But yeah, America's been attacked by communism, socialism, all of these isms, and here you are in the middle just trying to figure out what to do next. Now, I must mention this because I just thought about a figure in my head. It's a lot of people that are fear mongering. It's a lot of people that have a negative perception about life, about Gen Z, about America, about the times to come. Y'all, this is the simplest breakdown that I can give you. AI is going to take over humanity. Then AI is going to take over AI. And then humanity is going to rise again. Expect that within the next 2,000 years. So that's what this shit is going to be. So right now we're entering the age of Aquarius. We just left the age of Pisces, which was the age of belief. We get into the age of information and technology. Then we're going to shift even again into the age of Capricorn. Then the age of, maybe the age of Sagittarius. Then maybe the age of Scorpio. And then from that mindset, you can clearly see that the society, the structure will simply go up and down, on and on. Maybe dinosaurs did exist. Maybe unicorns and dragons and all type of shit. Maybe it's going to be a time in another yuga or another age that people walk around naked and people don't have to wear fucking clothes. Maybe it'll be a time where animals reign supreme on this planet. Like, that opens my mind up to such a different grasp of how this game of life goes and how the rises and falls of societies and ideologies and cultures and traditions seemingly takes place. And then one whole revolution around each astrology sign, each age is basically 26,000 year period, and that's known as a great year. Us as souls having a human experience, the most likely evidence and conclusion is that we're constantly reincarnating and recycling through different bodies, different timelines, different experiences, different yugas, and different astrological ages. One last time, we just came from the age of Pisces, which was the age of belief. You get Christianity, religion, a bunch of wars and things being fought over division. And then entering the age of Aquarius, we clearly got the internet age, technology, AI, and just understand AI is going to wipe out humanity, then AI is going to wipe out AI, then humanity is going to rise again. So that's what you got to look forward to if you're going to continue reincarnating on Earth. But like I mentioned, there's a bigger dilemma at hand. There's a bigger deal. There's a bigger thing to consider, and that's your thoughts, what happens when you die, what happened to your loved ones when they die, because we all say that they're still with us. The ancestors, they're watching over, they're protecting us, they're guiding us, they're leading us. And that's very true. That's very accurate when you call on them. But then you take it from this perspective. You have the astral realm, which is connected to the earth realm. Our souls, our aura is all within the astral realm. And this is why you must do the shadow work. This is why you must continuously and truly be yourself. This is why you must continuously and truly be strong, because your astral signature, your astral body is felt by all of the people that you come in contact with. Who you are, your thoughts, your emotions, your actions. You can never hide or run from it no matter what you say on the surface. Your body language and your subconscious is going to reveal it all every single time. And then the astral realm is just how we all feel each other. So yeah, you got to power up your astral body. Look at it like your spiritual signature on this planet, your aura. Everything that you've thought, everything that you've done up until this moment is all in the astral realm, and everyone else can see and feel and sense your astral body. That's the biggest and best way to look at it. So you can power up your astral body. Literally, it needs to be the fucking biggest and baddest powerful image and energy and symbol that you can think of. Spikes, tall, infinite power and flames shooting out of you, destroyer of worlds and creator of love, peace, and compassion. You absolutely must get in tune with your psycho. You absolutely must get in tune with your psychopath, y'all. Get in tune with your lover, your compassionate self, have gratitude for life, but you must get in tune with your psychopath. That part of you that's ready to kill and defend, that part of you that is grimy and aggressive, that part of you that will fucking activate when necessary. Your goddamn psychopath. So, wanted to make that shit extremely clear because we live in a fucked up world. And even if we didn't live in this fucked up human society, you would still have to activate your psychopath against a psychopath tiger that's trying to kill you in the Siberian winter forest. So here, you just got other people that's a likely chance that they're gonna try to kill you in the motherfucking urban environment, especially if you living in the hood. Drugstores, or pharmacy stores, which they call a fucking drugstore. Now you actually got weed shops that sell mushrooms and edibles and everything else you can think of. Liquor stores been here all our life. These shits is systematic traps for you to fall into, and constantly, truly, it's falling into a pendulum. It's falling onto another rhythmic swing of another entity. Then it's always going to take you away from your own pendulum, your own swing, your own rhythm. But nonetheless, that shit gets people competitive. That shit get people aggressive. That shit get people caught in a cycle of a loop of trapped and just getting the quick fix sensation to mask the pain of dealing with this reality, this life, this situation that we living in here in society. So, as I said, I'm always break down and observe the negative. I'm always give it to you cut and dry and plain and simple. But as far as it being 2020 success, now we step into the self-improvement mindset. What shadow work do you need to do? What do you need to observe in yourself? Why is it that that girl left you? Why is it that that dude didn't want to be with you no more? Why is it that your kids is not fucking with you to the degree you think they should be fucking with you? Why is it that your mom and dad is going through the shit that they go through? You have to observe all of these things, not only in self, but observe it in other people. And then you can heal. And then you can also see yourself differently. Because a lot of y'all, you may have your spiritual understandings, you may have your political understandings, you may know that this world is fucked up and bad and crazy and it's a bigger picture, a bigger game of life. But the second that you step outside of your own paradigm, then you can understand like, oh, all I have to do is be a little more compassionate to my mom, to my grandma, to my sister, to my brother. All I got to do is call them a little bit more. I'm so stuck in my own ways. They're so stuck in the ways of the matrix, but I'm so stuck in my ways of thinking about these big concepts of life. And because I know that I can tend to suffer from this. You start to view the outside world, the macrocosm, thoughts of life, the grandeur of philosophy, love, death, the society. Then you stop thinking about and considering what other people is going through on a day-to-day basis that's not thinking about these thoughts, that's simply just trying to be, that maybe don't have a boyfriend, girlfriend, or a purpose, or drive, or, all of the things that can make your life good, or at least make my life good. Like I've said to y'all many times, you need purpose, and it helps to have a loving relationship, friends, family, brothers, bros, sisters. But then your actual parents and grandparents, aunties and uncles, you may end up neglecting them because you just so focused on your own world. And meanwhile, they just seeing you as a person like, oh, why don't they call? Why don't they care? They're so young, Gen Z, they're just so stuck in their cell phones. Y'all, we can get out of that. But at the same time, like I said, it's a bigger picture. You got to really just go within. You got to really observe your heart because you're not obligated to talk to nobody. I think I just am a person that am a family man and like to be there for my family, and at least my mother at the very, very, very most part, be there for my mother and then be there for my people. So I'm gonna call them, I'm gonna check up on them, I'm gonna have a fucking YouTube channel where they can always refer back to and get some type of spiritual groundedness and understanding. But that's just me. You have to search your own soul because your family might not deserve none of that shit, none of that love, compassion, and energy. Your mom might not deserve none of that love, compassion, and energy. I'm not trying to say you need to be obligated to love and care and talk to and call your family, because 9 times out of 10, they can just give you that draining ass energy. But I think it's a lot of us that have this mindset of, oh, I want to provide for my family. I want to have money. I want to be there. And 9 times out of 10, you being there is just you being there energetically. You calling, you showing up, you sending a text message, you being encouraging. Ultimately, you leading by example. So yes, y'all, let's audit and assess our 2020 success. This is the first week. And like I said, if you break the week or the year down into 1 week increments, it makes it much easier to handle.